Here we are departing. Luxurious Red River Inn. Just east of Paris, Texas. Another early start. Yesterday we hit the road at 4 a.m. Today's 6. We're on the road a little bit long yesterday, so we figured we'd spoil ourselves. Give ourselves a couple hours rest. Yeah, we got off the road yesterday. I mean, a good 15 hours after we departed. I meant to mention in my introductory video, there's definitely going to be more road noise with this helmet. But mornings like this are exactly why I brought this helmet instead of the one that I used on my Texas trip. The one I used on my Texas trip the visor is near impossible to swap out. This one, it's nice and easy, lemon squeezy. And even though my uncle likes to swear, because when I told him this, I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring a different helmet. I want to be able to throw on a clear visor for night riding. And I swear to God, his response was, we're probably not doing that much night riding. I mean, we're riding in the dark. Something probably went wrong. This is day 2 of 2, starting in the pitch black. But yesterday we went through some familiar spots. But because we didn't go up to Hot Springs, Arkansas like we had done last trip, we also hit some new spots. But I didn't want to record and share all of that, considering that the majority of that trip had already been on the Texas trip. We did just shy of 600 miles yesterday. The number of stops, when it got to about 94 degrees, we stopped off at a Arkansas Welcome Center and cooled off for a little while. Today we have just north of 400 miles to go. Our next stop on this leg of the adventure, Amarillo, Texas. Never been there. I think maybe I've been through there one time. Never on a bike, obviously. Hoping to get there by about 2 p.m. today. Check into a hotel, hang out, get some actual rest. Hopefully get another night of Mexican food. Boy, oh boy, did we get some good Mexican food last night. You may remember my uncle. We had some great riding yesterday, man. Now, granted, we also had about 2 to 3 hours of miserable Texas heat. We stopped off at a local Mexican place to eat dinner before we hit our little motel last night. And man, I tell you, I sat down in the actual air conditioning and was there for long enough for my body to start to adjust. And I got lightheaded. It was hot. It reminded me of my trip from Paris to Fredericksburg at the beginning of the summer. When it got to like 98 degrees. And not the good kind, not the Nick Lachey kind. So we're trying to avoid that today. That's why we're trying to get to Amarillo, not by morning, but by 2 or 3 o'clock. So right when it starts being the hottest part of the day. And because that's further north of here, it won't be quite as hot as it was when we got here. Or on the way here even. And then we head on into Colorado. Checking the tire refresher. Looking good, looking good. But yeah, so far it's been a beautiful trip. We didn't take 82 all the way over last time because we popped up to Hot Springs and went across a reservation in Oklahoma to get to Paris. And yesterday we hit 82 the entire way. And man, there are some beautiful spots on 82 that I didn't get to see last time. So if you're headed west and you're from the southeast and you don't like sitting on interstates for hours, I would hit 82. And if you're thinking about going to Texarkana, which is a nice little town, the border of Arkansas and Texas, hence the name. If you're considering making that part of your stop, don't fucking make that a part of your stop. That place was miserable. We decided we'd be authentic and ride through town because that's where 82 went. We didn't pop on the interstate. First of all, disgusting. Second of all, there's a red light every block and we got caught by every one of them. There may have been some last second decisions about stopping or not that were moderately questionable because we were literally dying trying to make it through Texarkana. Never again. I will be going around, I will be taking an interstate, whatever it takes, but I am not riding through Texarkana ever again in my life. There wasn't even a redeeming quality. Like there wasn't like a cute downtown that I could go to or anything like that. There was in the town west of it, but by then we're not stopping. We're going as long as we can. So yeah, just by the nature of the length of some of these trips, I'll probably be popping in and out of time-lapse mode. I got to talk to my uncle about when we get to $1 Million Highway if we have a chance to stop, because I know that one of these GoPro batteries cannot live up to that length. Like I might have to put a portable charger in my riding jacket or something. But anyway, you've heard me ramble for this long. I appreciate you. Feels good out right now. It's probably just below 70 degrees. And we're gonna be burning it, man. We're trying to hit Amarillo as soon as we can. And my uncle warned me, so I'm gonna warn you. There's not exactly pretty roads on the way to Amarillo. He's like, it's pretty much just a straight shot. The good news is that, as he remembers, you can pretty much burn it the entire way. lot of wide open 4-lane highway roads. But he's like, this is not a scenic view. This is not a trip you take for the views. This is a trip you take to the views. So I'll check back in with you folk later. All two of you, or one of you by this point, but boy, do I appreciate you being here. I'll at least give you this little quaint town before I pop out. I remember this place last time. That little hotel we stayed at last night, sorry, was a motel that we were trying to find on our way in on the last trip, and for some reason we couldn't find it. Ron had stayed there before and he loved it and it was cheap. Come to find out, we rode right past it on the last trip because I looked it up on Google and I was like, is this the one you're talking about? He's like, it damn sure is. Sure enough, the road that we came south on out of the reservation dumped us out right next to the hotel. And we just didn't think it would, or we assumed that it wouldn't be that far out of Paris. It was. So yeah, I've seen these views before. But then once we go west of Paris, that's all new, because from Paris last trip, if you saw those videos, that's where I separated from my uncle and his buddy Pat last time, who we may run into this trip. He might be joining us in Colorado because he lives out there. But that's where I separated from those two gentlemen. And I went south and they went back east. So everything west of Paris is going to be brand new. So yeah, I'll check back in probably after a stop. But hoping it's good days of riding, because then after today it's going to be prettier and prettier views all the way out until the ride home, and then it's going to be depreciating beautiful on the way in. So alrighty, let's frickin' do it.
Let the world fall through. Let the world fall through. Yeah. Let the world fall through. Yeah. Let the world fall through. Love to see you understand your confusion. Well, it ain't my plan. You laugh when you're driving in the nails. You smile when you're smelling all the smells. I'm gonna break your shell.
So this is a little bit of an earlier check-in than originally planned, but yeah, I don't know with this lens how well you can see on the horizon. There's definitely some lightening. Lightening. And I believe that the lightening is happening from lightning. Lightning. So I did the smart thing and looked up my radar at 70 miles an hour. So it wasn't the smartest idea, but I should probably have an idea of what we're riding into. And sure enough, there is a storm cell directly in our path. Now, my uncle and I don't have comms. I have a Bluetooth helmet, or I have a Cardo. He has something hooked up to his helmet, but it doesn't work. So we mainly communicate with, oh, that was a big lightning strike over there. We mainly communicate with hand signals, but I don't know how to convey. Maybe we should pull over for like 1 second and discuss the lightning. I also know he's been doing this for as long as I've been alive, and I kind of doubt he's going to just ride us straight into a storm cell. If he does, right here, I'm going to smash cut directly to us just riding through a storm cell. And this is fitting because we're about to goose it. Here we go, storm. Here we come!
Let the world fall through. Let the world fall through. Yeah. Let the world fall through. Let the world fall through. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll be. Looks like we lived. At least for the moment. There's a big storm cell that's right south of us. But it looks like we're going to be able to avoid it. But there is a spot west that is going to come right by us. So we're going to do the rough and rider ready Billy Badass Biker Boy thing. And we're going to head straight into this bitch because it's not that big. It's not as big as we thought. Or it's not as big as the storm cell that I saw on the radar is. It's not right in front of us. It's yellow and red, but it's only a few miles wide. So we're going to head straight into it and just say fuck it and let's roll. I'm just kidding. There's a Starbucks off the next exit, so we're going to sit in here and have coffee and chit chat and then wait out the bad part of the storm. That's what we're actually doing. So that's real men have to know when to hold them, but know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, and that's right. know when to run. If these semis make us miss this light, bro. I know left turns are hard. Just goose it, boys. Goose it, kid. Oh, look at our salvation. Look at our salvation. So yeah, I'm gonna have some cold brew. Maybe a bran muffin. Trying to get more regular. Yeah, and we'll get back on the road after. Oh, it's already rained here a little bit. We'll get back on the road after the worst of this. Oh yeah, real men rough it out. Look at us, real men. All right, back after the danger passes. Well, in a true case of life imitating jokes, we're actually heading into the storm. There was no sense sitting and waiting any longer than we did. Because by the time that storm got coming through here, it was gonna be 9:30. It's just moving so slow. You can see it ahead of me. And the worst part is still south, so we're not gonna have to go through the worst part of it. But we're gonna get wet. I put the condom on my bag, which would probably make a lot more sense if you could see what I'm talking about. But I have a protective rain cover for my leather luggage. I threw that on. I also have a weather liner for this jacket, but I decided against that because the way I see it, yeah, I'm gonna get wet and this shirt's gonna get soaked, but in a couple hours I'm gonna be begging to be cooled off. We're gonna keep moving throughout the day, so I might as well dry off, you know what I mean? Would have preferred to stay out of the wet, but if we're hoping to get to Amarillo before it gets blisteringly hot outside, we gotta move. It's already 8 o'clock. We left at 6 and we are not 2 hours down the road, you know what I mean? My uncle had a good poop though, so I'm happy for him for that. I didn't. So as it stands, I have a full Mexican meal percolate on the inside. But we're moving. For the sake of time and battery, I'll probably swap over to time lapse here. And then pick back up when the rain starts, which shouldn't be too long. Because that seems entertaining, you know what I mean? Probably going to put it in touring mode. I hadn't gone into sport. Been staying in standard this whole trip because this bike is running great. It's got plenty of power in standard. But in touring, I might want that little extra delay before that torque kicks in. But anyway, up ahead you see the poor choice we're about to make. And you'll see it live here on Channel Dumbass. Well, that didn't take long. I don't even know if I'm gonna show the time lapse because we're still a number of miles away from the actual storm. And the rain has already started. Roads are already wet because that's that first storm that came through here. We are in touring mode. You know, I'm not nervous of rain. Riding through rain is fine. These Texas storms, a little bit different. It is beautiful here though. Oh my God, did I say that about Texas? There were some beautiful views. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, you know what? Maybe I've been too hard on Texas. And then I thought about it. No, I have not been too hard on Texas. I want to mess with Texas. It's flat, it's hot. There are some beautiful parts, man, but I was thinking back to the amount of times that I've ridden through Texas and what percentage of it has been authentically enjoyable. It ain't a large percentage. I mean, when I was out in Fredericksburg, that was beautiful. But I remember leaving Paris and heading down to Tyler, and everybody's like, man, that ride is so beautiful, you're gonna have a great time. I talked to a guy at a hotel, and he's like, oh man, I make that ride all the time. It was nothing. I don't remember a single thing about that ride. Now, out by Fredericksburg, San Antonio, that was beautiful. But the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And I get the feeling we're about to see a whole other side of that. Also looks like there's fresh asphalt, so between that, fresh oil on the ground, it's gonna be real slick out through here. Hopefully my media mod doesn't get broken. I wonder if I can see exactly how close we are to this thing without touching too many things. Oh yeah, we coming. Oh, we coming. Not Discord. There we go. So this is only going to get progressively worse as we ride through it. Unless the good Lord wants to clear up the storm like he did yesterday. Dear God, please protect Ron and I and these other travelers as we roll through this storm and the uncertainty that it brings. Please guide our decisions, our hands and our feet, our throttle and our brakes. And protect us as we stay on course for this ride to see the beauty of your creation. In your name, in the sweet name of Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen. I feel better. Oh yeah, it's getting darker now. Might end up having the wrong lens on this for what we're about to go through. I put on my tinted visor but left my clear goggles on because I figured with the storm coming through, or the sun coming through behind us, that'd be the right decision. I'm hoping that that's the case. I don't like the fact that that truck is coming to a stop on the crest of that hill. You slowed way down on the crest of this hill. Alright, feet back on the floorboards. Weight forward. Have at thee, storm. Should have put on full-fingered gloves. Why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I think about that? Oh my God. Why did I not think about full-fingered gloves? Oh crap. Ron didn't either. Oh, golly. Nope, wouldn't be a road trip without some threat of death. This is how I'll know if my mom watches these videos. I'll get a phone call after this. Actually, Ron will get a phone call. It's her brother. Why did you not pull my boy to the side of the road into a storm shelter? A bomb shelter. Shouldn't sound anything like that. Oh, wow. I can see the rain now. Yeah, that's a lot of rain. I just realized a lot of that isn't even a storm cloud. A lot of that's just the rain. That is heavy rain, boy. Wind's picking up. Probably enjoy the scenery while I can. I mean, I'm not going to get to look at anything other than the road right in front of me for a while. This doesn't look too bad. I'm mainly used to like central and southern Texas, which I am not a fan of. This looks a lot like home, with just enough flavor of difference that I get it. You know what I mean? And this really does, you know, from what I'm familiar with views in the west and southwest, it does really seem like we're looking at the gateway to that area. Starting to see some flora that fits a little bit better in a more arid environment. We're starting to get some rolling hills, not as flat as Fort of Texas that I'm used to. Look at that wall. I hope we don't have to change lanes. That is a steep little wall into the fast lane. I don't think we'll have a reason to. I mean, we're about to start hitting this wall of rain, and from there, I doubt Ron is going to want to go too quick. Yeah, he's already slowing way down. Oh, problem solved itself. That is the end of the that wall. How about that? We're good. I gotta tell you, touring mode on the top end, that feels like standard. I guess it's all on the low end. It sort of keeps out the low end torque, prevents you from revving as fast, but when you crank the throttle, it still pulls. Not like it does in sport mode with that immediate torque, but I should try taking a trip in touring mode. See if I get that much better fuel economy. I averaged 50 miles to the gallon headed down to my uncle's, but I wasn't passing anybody. I was taking back roads. Now I hit, you know, freeway speeds a few times. Like, I actually got on the interstate for about 15 miles, and then after that, there was some stretches of highway where I opened it up a little bit, but I wasn't goosing it. I was being responsible, and then after a point when I realized I was like 48 plus, let me see if I can average 50, and sure enough I did. With my uncle, I averaged like 45, 46, and that's without resetting it, so I'm sure it's lower than that. Because that boy likes going from a stop. And we've definitely been passing people. It is windy though. I'm sure the GoPro's doing a good job of stabilization, but I'm getting knocked around like somebody who lives in Texas and didn't remember the Alamo. Golly, yeah, I'm getting kicked around, man. Uh-oh. Once again, I'm sure you can't see it, but the rain's picking up, and if you look 2 hills down, you can't even see the 3rd set of headlights back, so it's about to get real. Now, if anybody sees this, it'll be well after we're already out of this, but wish me luck. Yeah, should have gone full fingered gloves. This raindrop is stinging the shit out of my fingers right now. Little stinging rain. Well, it's official. My pants are already soaked. My t-shirt's already soaked. Oh no, I didn't put on my... Uh-oh. I didn't put on my sock for my air intake. this could be bad. Man, the road is drenched too. Yeah, I mean the road is drenched. And now so am I. I'm gonna turn you off, Mr. Phone. I don't need you distracting me through this. Oh my god. This is hurting the shit out of my fingers, dude. Like, I'm wondering if some of this is hail. Yeah, I'm officially completely soaked through. Like, completely soaked through. I mean, I'm just hoping that this is the worst of it. Which I'm worried that it's not. Ooh, strong wind. No, we're driving into worse right now. Oh, I'm swimming in my underwear right now. I gotta make sure nobody gets between me and my uncle, though. You know, the helmet's done a decent job of keeping the water out, and I'm sure that's not the helmet. I'm sure it's the wind. This visor does not exactly seal. I'm so glad I threw that condom on the bag, though. My stuff would be ruined right now. Oh, I'm so wet. I am so wet. No, I don't think I'm gonna throw on my jacket liner. I think I'll be okay. Idiot. Starting to see a little bit brighter light ahead of us, though, so silver linings. Oh yeah, there's the end of it. Uncle's like, yeah, we're gonna get a little wet. Dude, I am completely soaked through. There's not a single part of me except my head that is dry right now. Oh, and my toes. My ankles are wet because, I mean, the tops of my boots aren't sealed. But my toes are dry. These are good boots. See, now this is the lightning. 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 The rain is lightning. And notice, so far, we only saw one really big, dangerous looking lightning. 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 As in, that lightning made me pee a little, but I didn't see any more after that. Damn, that was the heaviest rain I've ever ridden through. For sure. That was about at the limit. Like, I'd bet money when we pull over, Ron's gonna be like, well, if there was a pull-off, we'd have done it. Because it's not like he enjoys this. I know this is nowhere near comparison. And that guy didn't die. A lot of people did. But there's this footage of a guy who survived Mount St. Helens, the eruption. And the cloud of the eruption is like going over his head, and he's trying to run away from it. But obviously that cloud is moving faster than him. So eventually it overtakes him, and it's dark as night. And just seeing the sun on the other side of that cloud line and seeing it getting brighter over there reminded me of that. So it's the opposite feeling. Like, his sense of foreboding and just like danger must have been astronomical, whereas I see that cloud line and I'm like, oh God, yes please. It's getting closer and closer. Oh, and the rain has to get heavier before it gets lighter. God bless. Well, you know, yesterday we complained about how hot it was. This is what we get. I know nobody wants to hear this. But my balls are just floating in a pool of water right now. God dang. I mean, literally, they're buoyant. Like, that is how wet I am right now. Like, they're just floating. Yeah, ain't no sense in stopping now. We gotta see if we can get some speed up, dry off once this rain stops. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. You know, the funny part is the bikes aren't going to be cleaner than they are right now, and then as soon as we start riding on these wet, dirty roads, they're going to be filthy. I hope my Media Mod survived this. I don't care about the microphone. I don't know if I'll ever use that. And frankly, the Media Mod is cheap compared to some of the things that could have broken through this rain, including my body. I am not shifting out of 6th gear. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way. Look at this scene, though. Hold on. Make sure this is cleared off. Look at this. This is beautiful. It might be too dark for this lens now to pick up. But, oh, that is beautiful. Sun peeking through the rain cloud. Just felt the first drop of rain actually hit my face. One snuck through. Can't even be mad. Good job, little buddy. But coming over that overpass and seeing the way the sun was hitting that, oh, that's beautiful. Now, hopefully no water made it into my engine, because that could be bad. Got this upgraded air intake, and They tell you to put a sock on it, but also on forums, I see people talking about, boy, I rode through eight rainstorms in South Dakota. Bike was suspended in 3 feet of water. That air intake held its ground. Not a drop made it into them pistons. So I don't know. See, this is beautiful, man. Truly beautiful. Look at that. Oh, and I already feel like I'm drying off. I'm kidding. That's not true. That's not true at all. That's wishful thinking. I wish I felt like I was drying off. That feeling, that sensation that I have right now isn't drying off. It's that I am no longer getting actively more wet than I was a moment ago. I am not drying off. I hope you guys can see this, man. I hope this turns up on film. This is beautiful. This is truly beautiful. Ooh, that cross too, though. Spooky. And now on the other side of it, oh no, we're putting those feet back up on the stirrups. Back of my legs are just so wet. Oh my god, they're so wet. Gotta get some air in these pants legs. Oh boy. But now that we're on the other side of it, we can look at the positives, which is now we are on the other side of that storm that we had to go through, or we had to wait it out to where it was going to get hot. And authentically, like, we were downplaying it a little bit yesterday. It was too hot to ride for parts of that. I mean, we were pushing through and we wanted to push through, and that was the decision we made. But I mean, I sat down in that Mexican restaurant. I don't know if it was just the sudden change in the temperature that I'd grown accustomed to, but my uncle was in the bathroom and I was going to go after him. And when he was walking back, I was like, dude, I don't know if I can stand up right now. Like, if I stand up, I might pass out. Like, I got so lightheaded. And then I mentioned it to my uncle. You know, my uncle is substantially older than me. Like, incredibly older. Like, frighteningly older. Like, decrepit. Crypt keeper. I mean, he's 110. You know what I mean? I say that in case he decides to watch these videos. But he said something, when I was like, yeah, man, I'm getting lightheaded. He looked at me, he's like, just now? He's like, man, I've been there the last 3 hours. And I was like, yeah, I didn't think about that. I say that, I make fun of him. Dude's still in better shape than I am, man. That dude's been hitting the gym since they invented gyms. Like, I think he was the first gym leader, you know what I mean? Like, the first time there was a personal trainer, it was him. I don't think gyms existed before he started going to them. But that's how long he's been going to the gym, so... that man is still jacked. There you go, Ron. Blow some air across our bodies, man. Turn the blow dryer on, please. He looked like he was getting ready to turn off and stop somewhere, and I hope that he changes his mind on that. Ooh. Yeah, let's get some miles on us, dude. Try to get some good water off my visor. I guess that part's not coming off. I'll just squeegee it. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. Well, we came here for adventure. Oh, he's drying off his sunglasses. I was wondering what he was holding down there. Just trying to clear those things off. Ron Goose it, my guy. Yeah, don't hold back on my account, Ron. Let's push it. Salt and pepper style. Let's push it, my guy. Come on. Maybe if I push up to him a little bit, he'll get the picture. Oh yeah, that hairdryer. That hairdryer. I'm gonna smell like wet dog once I fully dry off, but right now it feels good. That was pretty good. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if he worries about me. Well, I know he does. I mean, I am his nephew after all. But every now and then he's said something or done something on the road that makes me think that he's worried about doing something that he normally would do. Like I said, he's been doing this as long as I've been alive. So I get it. I really get it. At the same time, though, let's goose it. You know, I have something on my waist that I forgot about that I'm sitting here wondering, how wet are you right now? So far, my engine hasn't seized up, so I think the water stayed out of it. And then we got Captain Wow right here who decided to get in the left lane and then not pass. Big shout out to Indian Motorcycle for when they replaced my gas gauge. It no longer just fills with water when it rains. So if they can't get it the first time, they can get it the second time. Oh, it wasn't the truck's fault. I feel bad. It was not the truck's fault. It was that Ford Taurus Escort. What do they call those cars now? Like, I think it used to be a Taurus. Damn, that was a heavy brake there, Ron. Scared the shit out of me, Dirk. Oh yeah, putting those feet higher up on those stirrups. Trying to get some air on the underside of these jeans. There we go, now I feel it. Yeah, they are soaked through. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys can see that, but so we just rode through. I can still see sheets of rain coming down behind us. This light changes, Ron. Just don't even stop. Just don't even stop, my guy. Shit. Okay. Oh my god, I'm sitting in a puddle. I am sitting in a puddle. Oh man, my boots are wet. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna have to stop and change socks at some point, because that ain't gonna dry out on its own. I gotta remember that I'm in touring mode. So when I let that clutch out, not a lot's gonna happen at first. Yeah, that's storm cloud. That was heavy rain, man. That was definitely the heaviest rain I've ever ridden through. At least the heaviest sustained rain. Like, I've been caught in oh yeah, touring mode. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, from a sustained rainfall perspective, like, absolutely the heaviest rain I've ever gone through. But here we are. Back on our way. Clear skies ahead of us. My ass is soaked. I feel like somebody is making a stew between my butt cheeks. A cold stew. Some gazpacho. Okay, that's actually disgusting because that would imply that it's chunky. I need to clarify that there is no chunkiness in my britches right now. It just, oh my god, yeah, I'm literally sitting in a puddle. I need to like stand up and let it disappear. Hopefully that did it. But I doubt it. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so wet. Oh. And now I'm like cold. My uncle does this thing, we talked about it before, when he comes up on a red light, where he likes to, if at all possible, creep his way up to the red light so that he never has to put his foot down. Didn't work this time around. But that means when the light changes way far behind us, he, oh yeah, wiping away my seat. He will start braking or letting off the throttle super early. All right, Ron, you better goose at this lane ends, buddy. I thought it did. I don't see it. It said left lane ends. I thought. Am I crazy? I am crazy. What are we doing? What are you doing? Why are you braking? Oh, he's probably stopping at this gas station. Probably gonna regroup. Or he saw that the speed limit is 35 and realized we were doing like 50. Yeah, it's more likely. Well, anyway, once again, in the name of battery and video time, to go back to time lapse, we survived. We lived to make poor choices another day. So I will be back, but this doesn't look like this is going to be anything worth looking at for a while. So might as well not make you see it in real time like I have to.
You succeed to shut me out. I can't seem to shut my mouth. Every pointless thing I say keeps driving you further away. When I'm driving in my car and I don't know where you are, streetlights passing by in town, getting me further, further behind. You tell me it's over. Well, every person has their needs. Every person needs to breathe. If the timing is all wrong, there's no love to sing this song. You can't beat it like it's dead. You can't run away instead. You can face what will not change. Better chasing, placing the blame. You tell me it's over. Over
say, my uncle was a little bit wrong. Maybe not wrong. I think his opinion just doesn't line up with mine. He said before we got on this path that the road to Amarillo wasn't much to look at. I think it's gorgeous. Seen a ton of great views, and what I was talking about earlier with how I feel like this is the perfect gateway to the sort of scenes you're gonna see further west. Seen a lot of that around here. I'm also still very much amazed by wind farms. These things are huge. I mean, I'm sure that the view of the GoPro doesn't really do it justice, but dang. He's keeping us at a lower speed limit right now. I think, not speed limit, but a lower speed. I think he's worried about the bikes getting too hot, so he doesn't want to run them wide open. I'm a great follower. Pretty good leader when I need to be. But man, following's easy. So yeah. I don't know what the next 200 miles has in store for us, but so far the road to Amarillo is actually very pretty. Like, this is actually one of the least pretty parts of it. Well, that rainstorm that I'm sure the camera didn't even pick up because of the winds, but and then the town after that. Everything else though has been great. I like seeing all these oil derricks and tiny little places that have obviously been here for a long time, like that little house. Some of these really tiny Texas towns are really cool. I actually passed a couple on time lapse that I thought about turning it off, but there's probably very few people who like that stuff as much as I do. Come on, man, this is America. This is America. Texas is growing on me a little bit. At least this part, for sure.
Just as long as I do what you want me to. It don't matter what I do to you. Just as long as I'm doing what you want me to. Can't you see that I am me? You are you.
So once again, we find ourselves headed to Harley. Michael checked his service history. He realized It's been over 5,000 miles. So he got his oil changed.
He wasn't gonna stop.
No.
I mean, he wasn't gonna stop. He wasn't even planning on stopping.
Yeah, he checked his service history on his bike and realized it has been overdue for an oil change. So we called ahead, and the local Harley dealership, which is open on Mondays, must be nice. Although he claims it's because they're not doing well business-wise. They're gonna squeeze him in for an oil change. That got me paranoid. When's the last time I had an oil change? I think at 5,000 miles, which means I'm gonna need an oil change before I go home. And I haven't thought about when I'm going to do that. So that's an adventure for tomorrow. But now, for the second trip in a row, I get to hang out at a Harley Davidson dealership and show up on an Indian motorcycle. Maybe I can pretend like I'm interested in swapping. Give me something to do for the hour and change it's probably going to take them to change the oil. But damn, I swear I am now paranoid about, did I actually get my oil changed at 5,000 miles? I'm sure I did. That would not be like me to not do that. But I'm going to call them tomorrow when they're open and find out. There's an Indian dealership in Amarillo where we're heading, but they are closed. So I'll call my dealership in the morning and ask them. In the meantime, I'm just gonna hope and pray that I'm not 2,500 miles overdue for an oil change. Which, by the way, I wanted to comment. You know, I mentioned this before. My uncle said that the road to Amarillo is not very pretty. And boy, has he been wrong. Past some little baby mesas. Everything's starting to look a lot more western. This has been a great ride. It's currently 86 degrees. That ain't bad. And it's only going to get cooler. But yeah, look at him. Getting worried to death about his oil right now. So we're gonna probably push it, man. We're probably gonna burn it all the way to Amarillo. Get into that dealership. Get him an oil change. And he's talking about riding tonight. I don't know about that, man. I'm a little tired. Anytime we're going slower than this, I start fade. But based on how the last bit of this ride has gone, I expect more scenic views and things to get more and more western looking. But I've not been disappointed. So Amarillo might be our final destination for the night. It might not. As it stands, I think that I want it to be. So I guess we'll just have to see how we're feeling after we sit in the Harley dealership for a couple hours. Look at this. This is starting to look like San Antonio and Fredericksburg did. I like it. Hopefully rush hour in Amarillo is not too bad, because I keep forgetting people are at work right now, because I've left my work behind for a couple weeks, even though I've already had 2 work calls because I have a problem and I can't seem to stop working for any period of time. But I guess we'll find out how good of a ride this is going to be. As it stands, though, I'm already very pleased with it. So, Harley Davidson of Amarillo, here we come.
Can't you see that I am me? You are you. So that's the best way to a better me, yeah. It's a better you. You need a thing like me. It's a better you. I need a thing like you. It's a better. I need a thing like me. I need a thing like you. Thing like you.
Here we are. Amarillo, Texas. Home of something, I'm sure. I know there's a song, Amarillo by Morning. We didn't quite make it by then, but "15 minutes away from the Harley Davidson dealership." And then we're going to decide while we're there whether or not we're going to keep moving. It's been a long 2 days of riding. We could have stopped at that gas station and talked about it. My uncle and I have done 1,000 miles together so far. So I'm sitting over that right now. Boy, it is windy too. Getting tossed around again. Yeah, 1,000 miles in what feels like 24 hours. I mean, we left at 4 in the morning yesterday, so it's really not that much more than 24 hours. 36 hours. And I gotta tell you, that's not an insignificant amount. Now that's not like an insane amount either, but it's not a small amount. There's a guy right now, forget what they called him, but he is currently, for charity, riding 1,000 miles a day on an Indian Pursuit that he purchased new. 1,000 miles a day. That is so much. But he was supposed to stop after 125 days and hitting 125,000 miles. At least that was his goal, because I think he was trying to raise $125,000 for that charity. The last I checked, he was on day 140, because he said as long as people are still donating and he's still raising $1,000 a day, he was going to keep doing 1,000 miles a day. Now that is absolutely wild. Here I am, I've done 1,000 miles over the course of 2 days, and I'm beat. Now granted, this guy is on a tricked out pursuit, so he's got all these creature comforts, and I'm sure that thing rides like a couch. But he's also much older than me, so I'm starting to feel like a wuss. But man, it is windy. It's cooling off a little bit. It is not cooling off a little bit. It is hotter than it was when we got off the road. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to keep going tonight. I'm sure we'll talk about it and weigh the pros and cons. See if there's a spot just maybe a couple hundred miles further down the road. But anything super far out of reach, that just ain't happening today. Maybe I could take a nap at this Harley dealership. Well, just got a reminder of how far from home I am already. And that is a road sign that said this way to Albuquerque. I think, no, we're not technically further west than I went last time, but we're getting there. But I definitely didn't see any road signs for Albuquerque last time. Got to do that thing where I look at a map and see how far away from home I am. Now tomorrow, that will definitely be the furthest away I've ever gone on the bike. Or tonight, we shall see. I don't like having all these cars pass us this aggressively, but Uncle talked to me about not pushing the bikes in this heat, and I'm not pushing the bikes in this heat. It is so hot. I think the only thing that I felt hotter was that trip to Fredericksburg. Or maybe yesterday. Yesterday was rough. I think yesterday was cooler, but the sun was beating down. Like, this feels hotter, but yesterday seemed hotter. Oh yeah, there's the sun. It's definitely hotter today. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see how we're feeling this evening. Because as of right now, I cannot see myself continuing on. Maybe that'll change.
I'd hate to see what the 5 o'clock traffic's like. Can you imagine? It's 3:30. It'd be bumper to bumper.
So yeah, we'll find out exactly what we're doing here in a little bit. But in case this is it, I appreciate you watching. If you came back, I appreciate you more. And if you're coming back, I appreciate you the most. We're gonna have to see exactly what we're gonna do after we get out of this here Harley Davidson dealership. Not a bad day of riding, but damn, it is hot. See you later.